The Surveyor-General of the Federation, Mr. Abuduganiyu Adebomehin, has debuked allegations of illegal sale of lands belonging to his office in Kano, Anambra, Kwara and Imo States. The Surveyor-General said the properties in question were a pure case of encroachment perpetrated by individuals. While describing the information as fake, the Surveyor-General challenged the perpetrators of such allegations to provide documents on the sale of the properties and the parties involved in the transaction. He said petitions have been written against those who have encroached the lands in Ilori, Anambra and Imo. In the case of Kano, the Surveyor-General said the state government requested to change the land originally allocated to the Surveyor-General's office, citing public interest.
The Surveyor-General of the Federation does not have any right or any authority to sell government land, to sell government property. Rather, those who are in charge of the sales of property are two. One is PIC, Presidential Information Committee on Sales of Government Property, in which land falls equally under sales of government property. The second one is the popular LUAC. We have them as Land Use and Allocation Committees. These are the two principal government agencies that have the local standing and authority to sell land on behalf or property on behalf of government. Where that fails, no other person has the authority. So the lands are even vested in the state governors. But where the federal government need authority on the land, all they need to do is to request from the state, and the state will give the federal government the authority of, they may decide to say, okay, you have asked for 20 acres, here we will give you 10 acres. They may even say you have asked for 20 acres, we are giving you 100 acres, depending on what the property is upon. But once you give the federal government any land, it's in perpetuality. You don't have right over that land again. It becomes the property of the federal government and it takes it. So having said all this, I don't know why somebody will go to the press and say Surveyor-General sold government land. You said there was a sales of government property. Where is the receipt of sales? You said there was a sales of government property. Where is the owner? Where is that person that brought it over? You've been saying this since 2022. This is 2024. Nobody has come out to say, I am in charge of this property or that property. But what really happened in the sense was that the office of Surveyor-General of Federation is the biggest pride you have when it comes to land. Those land that belongs to the office, given to the office by extension from the Federal Ministry of then Federal Ministry of Works. People will encroach on the land, and by one way or the other, maybe they are the people at the top echelon. They will rush to the minister. The minister will now say, okay, since this has happened and it's an encroachment, let them pay a fine. In most cases, the fine is not even commensurate to half of what they encroach upon. One of the land they claim I sold in Ilori is part of it. Where we have about 4 people, different people, occupying a portion of our land and putting up a structure, a duplexes on it. And we made a complaint, nothing was done. And what they could say was that I've sold the land. When were the property built? And if there's a sales, why not carry out a further investigation on those people that are on the land? How did they come about the land? And how did they become owner of those land?